Biggest lies in America is we don't have the money. And there's like this, there really is some very strange stuff going on where people, another way it's like people say like, how do you pay for it? You could say this, how did we pay for the $4 trillion bailout of Wall Street? Do you remember voting for that? Remember getting the referendum being like, do you want to vote for the $4 trillion bailout? Do you remember anyone caterwauling about where you're going to get the money? Do you remember that? I don't. No, it was like, hey, the banks need $4 trillion. Let's do it. Let's pull that. Let's pull the lever. And during that time, and it was a tough time. Like literally, our society was on the precipice. So you can't Monday morning quarterback it too much. But if you had a choice between bailing out the banks and trying to keep more Americans in their homes, like let's say forgiving some of the mortgage debt and the rest of it, in my mind, you should definitely have done some of the latter. But that is not what we did. We said $4 trillion for the banks, and then
That was that.
Yeah, that was that. And so if someone's like, "How are you going to pay for it?" It's like you can be like, "Well, like I don't remember anyone like stressed about how to bail the banks for $4 trillion,
right.
or just now with the latest round of corporate tax cuts, it was like 1.5 trillion. And then people look around being like, where do you get the money? It's like, if you gave us the money, and we all know this, if you give us the money, we'd spend it. It actually goes back in the economy like exactly the way you'd want it to go.
Right.
If you forgive 1.5 trillion in corporate taxes, how much of that gets in the economy? I'll tell you how much got into workers' hands. 6%. The majority of the 1.5 trillion went to share buybacks and like boosting stock prices and the rest of it, which ends up benefiting the top 20% of Americans. And so, we're doing things in the most dumbass, inefficient way possible. And the only reason for it would be like if your goals were not actually to do right by your people. It was just to like enrich a select group of Americans. Because it's obvious if you wanted to do right by the economy and our citizens, you just put the money in the hands of people, and then that'd be like it'd just be much more effective as an economic boost. And we're going to get there.